This is the for reals one. For reals. Hello everyone, and today we're going to be making fruit kvass. So, fruit kvass is a lacto-fermented beverage where we're going to be using whey, filtered water, fruit, and herbs to make a fruity, fermented beverage that you can drink on a daily basis. It's very good for your health. Gives you that nice little flavor, the nice little taste that you like, that usually we've gotten from like our traditional like sodas and other things like that. But now we can make a healthy version that even your kids will like, or if this is a kid watching, that you will like. So let's, without further ado, let's go and get started. So what you're going to need is you're going to need fruit. You're going to need some herbs. I've got cinnamon sticks and some ginger. You're going to need a mason jar. And then you're going to need some whey. Either whey that you dripped from yogurt, from one of the, as we talked about in one of the previous videos, you drip from yogurt yourself, or kefir, or that you got from making cheese, or you got from separating milk from raw milk. Whatever way you got it, get it. We need liquid whey, no powdered whey or anything like that. Not allowed. Okay? Perfect. Thank you. Alright, so let's get started. So first what you want to do is we're actually going to go ahead and chop up our apples. So I love apples and it's in season. These came right off my grandparents' tree up here at their cabin. And so what I'm going to do is you're going to just chop them up like you usually do. Alright? You can even leave the seeds in. Okay, reason behind that is because when you're drinking the fruit kvass, you will not be actually eating the things inside of it. When it's all done fermenting, you're actually going to strain out the liquid from it, and you're going to just keep the liquid and you're going to throw away everything else. Because what this is doing is this is pulling out all of the flavors, all the nutrients and the vitamins and stuff. It's pulling out and putting it into the water for you to drink. So everything else, that's just stuff that you can just chuck. Okay, so that's why we're going to be partaking of the seeds. So that's why you don't have to worry about it. It makes it even simpler for you. Now what we're going to do is we're not going to chop this up into very big pieces. So reason behind that is the more surface area that you have with your fruit, with your herbs and such like that, the more of that flavor that's going to come out, which can be good. But it's also the more readily access for the fruit, more readily access it has to the sugars, and the faster the fermentation process will go. So if you chop it up really, really small, and it really gets at it, guess what? You're going to ferment quicker, and so you have a greater possibility of turning this beautiful beverage that you're about to make into a fermented alcoholic beverage instead. So that's why I recommend you go ahead and chop them up. Now, of course, if you want to watch it, you could chop. If you want to watch it real closely, you could chop it up real small. But once again, I recommend that you go ahead and just chop it into the chunks. So I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say chunks. So slices like that big. See that? It's pretty normal. It's pretty good. Something that you would see or you'd give to your kid for like snacking with peanut butter. So that's what I recommend. Once again, you don't have too much surface area. It's just enough. You're going to get a good flavor without it being overpowering, and you're not going to ferment it too long. Okay? So I'm just going to be showing you just real quick an example. So for this, we are actually going to be filling this container up with fruit and herbs and such, only up to a certain point. We are only going to be filling it up a third of the way. Okay? We're not going all the way. We're going a third of the way. Because once again, this is a beverage. We want more liquid than there is the content of things. Plus, we need more liquid in order to be able to contain all the flavor. If we just had a little bit, that'd be so concentrated, you'd be taking a shot of something. Well, if you want to do that, good luck. Tell me how it goes. I've never tried it, but we're making a beverage for us to be able to enjoy. So it's going to be really nice. So, I have 3 apples here. 1, 2, 3 apples that I brought out to do this with, but I will not be using all of them. I know that right now, because look at that. It's already starting to get full just with a half of an apple. So we are going Yeah, so we're going to cut this one up again. Put that under. Perfect. Alright, so look, we're almost there. I think we're just going to add maybe half an apple more. So I'm going to pull up the small one. I'm going to cut this baby in half. Okay. Half might be all I needed. Yeah, see that? So some maybe even say that I'm a little bit above. Alright? But that's going to be perfect right there for you. You could probably take 1 and 2 out, but I've got some space around the area, so I'm going to let it work for me, okay? But yeah, about that much, okay? The third, I've got a little bit more, so, but about that much. Don't go any higher than that. I've got some space, so that's why I'm giving myself some wiggle room. So what I'm making is I'm making a cinnamon and ginger apple kvass. Ginger. So you definitely want to find whole herbs for this one. Whenever you're making the fruit kvass, you could use the powdered herbs and such. It's just hard to strain out. You're gonna get a stronger flavor too, because once again, surface area. So I have cinnamon sticks, and I have an actual chunk of ginger. This is gonna be delish. Now I want to show you what I'm gonna do. So cinnamon can be very strong. Can be very, very strong. So I literally I'm gonna literally put only half a stick in there, just because I know how strong it is. All right. So this one's a little bigger. So I'm gonna put half a stick of cinnamon there. So it's gonna give me a nice little flavor. I'm really excited for that. And then for the ginger, what I'm gonna do. So as you can see, the skin is still on. The skin will kind of dampen how much it's gonna go into the beverage. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this into 3s. Alright, into 3s. So what did I do there? I am giving myself extra surface area. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to be able to get that ginger flavor really out of it. Okay, so once again, I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna bop it in there. That was just a little nub about the size of my thumb. Size of my thumb, boys. So, and that is going to be everything that's going to go inside this beautiful kvass. Alright? So now, what I'm going to do, what we need to do next, we need our whey. The whey. So, okay. So, how much whey you need is you're going to need 1/4 cup. Now, if you're doing a bigger one, once again, you can range this. You can make them bigger if you want. So if you were doing a 2 quart, since this is a 1 quart, you would use half a cup, all right, of whey inside of it. But since I am just doing a small 1 quart, I'm going to use 1/4 cup. Now, this is a 1/3 cup, but I'm going to make sure that it's 1/4 cup that's going in there. So make sure that you use a 1/4 cup of this. Okay, right there. Pour that in. Alright? And then, what you're going to do, move this off to the side, is I got my filtered water right here. And so then I'm just going to fill it up to the shoulder with filtered water. Okay? Here we go. Okay, perfect. So I've got this baby up to the shoulder. I've left myself a good, nice inch right there for the fermentation. Because once again, what this is going to create is it will start to create some pressure. All right, we're going to be creating pressure inside of this, so we need to give it some air, some space for it to expand. Same thing with sauerkraut. Okay, we don't want this blowing its top. So then you're going to take our lid, and we're going to put the lid back on, and we're going to tighten it down. And now we're going to set this on our counter to ferment. And that is where lactofermentation comes from. The lactofermentation is lactobacillus, and the whey in this water is going to generate or allow lactobacillus to be able to grow. Alright? And now, how to tell when it's done? It's going to take about 3 days. About 3 days to be able to finish fermenting. So how you'll know for sure though is that your cap will tell you. Always trust the cap. Alright, so the cap makes a sound. Okay, it's a popping sound. My cap's a little bit more bent out. It's seen a lot more days than yours, but it's going to make a little popping sound, okay? And when it's done, that means you're going to press on it, and as you press on it, it doesn't make a sound at all. It's really taut. That's when you're going to know that it is all done. Alright guys, so there's fruit kvass. So have at it, make some beautiful lacto-fermented beverage for you and your family and enjoy it.